have a unique opportunity. I can demonstrate what I mean about personalization. So I happen to be going to a bridal shower this afternoon, someone that I really, really care about, and I wanted to do something really special for her. So we have a gift, and we're going to incorporate flowers with the gift. So first of all, I'm going to leave it a little surprise what the gift is until the end. But let's suffice it to say I didn't have the right size container. So I found this milk carton, and I had to cut it and duct tape it so it doesn't look absolutely beautiful at the moment, but it's going to work perfectly for our design. I'm going to wrap it in foil just to dress it up a little bit. And the great thing about this milk carton is that it's already waterproofed, so I don't have to worry too much about any kind of leakage. And it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, it's fine, just so that it's covered for the most part. And then I have my Oasis that I've been soaking, and I put it in this container, and then within the container, a plastic bag. So you can see that there's a lot of water in there. And I'm going to just dump out the excess water that we don't need, because just what's been absorbed by the Oasis sponges will be perfectly fine for today. And I had double bagged it. These are those newspaper bags that you get. Go ahead and save those. They're useful for a lot of things, not only for liners, but when your kids go out and play in the snow, they're great little boot liners. So we use those a lot. Really what we did was we used to deliver the newspaper, so we just bought an extra ream and we use it for that. I don't really reuse the bags, but you certainly could. Okay, so here's my little container. Perfect custom size for what I need. And so the flowers that we'll be using today, I have these beautiful daisy-like flowers, and these are going to be my focal flower. For my line, I'm going to be using sort of something novel, which is what I do a lot. And this is ivy. This is English ivy. You could use it as a filler, but for this, it's going to work very well to set our line parameters. So I'm going to start with my piece of ivy, and I have some more ivy in here. Okay, here we go. And I only need this to look good from one side. This one will not be viewed from all sides, so I'm going to make sure it looks nice for the side facing the camera. And this is live ivy, so, you know, when you're dealing with Mother Nature, sometimes you just have to work with it a little bit. And I think I'm just going to start with those two. If I need to add a line one later, I will. So now I'm going to go with my focal flower. I'm going to angle it, be the shortest one. And this one. And even though I say about the odds, I'm not sure I'm going to have room for a third one. But let's see. We'll give it a try. We're going to point that one out a little more. And we'll just put this one back here. More towards the back. Okay. Now then. I have this really, really lovely flower from my garden that I picked today. And it's called a touch-me-not. Again, this kind of combines them all. It's a line flower, it's a filler flower, and it's a focal flower. Okay, so I'm going to tuck this one in here. Okay, push that down a bit more. That's got a nice thick stem, so that's going to get pushed in nice and deep. And then here's one more of those. I'll just take my flower scissors. And I'm hoping it looks good on your side. It's sort of hard to arrange from the back side. but we'll see how this goes. If I have to make adjustments, I'm sure you'll forgive me. Okay, so now I have a nice white chrysanthemum that I'm going to tuck in here. Put that right in there. And I'll get a little bit of a taller chrysanthemum here in the back. Okay. Again, with the best faces forward. Okay, so now we need some filler. So I've also got some kalanchoe from my garden today. And this makes a very lovely filler flower. I'm going to tuck this in here. You may have noticed that my focal flower is an artificial flower, and it's a little too short. So what I'm going to do is go back to the original bunch. I've used these flowers for other purposes, but I still keep the wires on there for just such an occasion as this, when I need to extend something. So what I'm going to do is just grab my green paper floral tape, rip a little piece off. I'm going to scooch those leaves down. And so I'm going to take my 2 pieces of artificial flower, push them together, and I've just got my green paper floral tape, and I'm just wrapping it around. So I'll go down, and then I'll go back up, just so those ends aren't showing where they're joined together. Okay, that's just fine. And just push that in place, slide the leaf back up, and once it is in the arrangement, no one will ever know. So if you need to extend a live flower, you can take that artificial stem and wrap it, but of course now that flower is not going to be hydrated, so that's not going to last very long. For an artificial selection such as this, it's not a problem at all. Okay, so I'm going to put her in position. Okay, so I'm liking that much better. We're getting the height that I wanted. Notice we're coming out just about as far as our original line items. Okay, and now I'm going to add some other fillers because it's actually looking rather tight with all these flowers. I want it to loosen up a bit. So one of the great ways to do that is with baby's breath. That lends an air of airiness when you have a lot of flowers, or it fills in when you don't have too many flowers. Baby's breath is a really, really underrated plant. Okay. And again, I had to cheat and turn this more towards myself so I can see how I'm designing. Okay, so that's coming in better. And we'll have one more piece here. Over in this section. And let me take a look here. Alrighty. So, just making a few adjustments, pulling that ivy out a little more, air it out a bit. And I'm feeling like I need a little something right there. Nothing too showy. Let's take another piece of the kalanchoe. And we'll just tuck it in. Okay. And often what will happen when you're doing a display, you'll be very happy with it walk away, come back, make a few more adjustments. That's perfectly acceptable and allowed. I'm going to just add a little bit of greenery in the background, sort of act as a backdrop. And this one is just about done. Once that's in position, that's going to look just great. Okay, so let me show you the rest of this gift so that you can get an idea how I've personalized this. Not only by making my own container, and creating a flower arrangement I think this young lady will like very much. Cleaning off that workspace again. Oh, I love the vacuum. Make sure you have a good vacuum. All right, so here is her gift. And this is a chalkboard. So I've taken it and I've used some marker that'll show up on chalkboard, and I put Brian's honeydew list, and this is Erin's bee prepared list. Get the little bee theme going on. These are the towels that she wanted for her powder room. They have little hummingbirds on them. And so I thought this space looked very empty. So I thought that it'd be very nice to just put some flowers right in there. And of course, I have to include the colored chalk, and that fits snugly right there. And finally, we have this cute little bee to act as an eraser that can just go in the wash when it gets dirty. I wanted to show you that personalization is the way to make a really great statement. I might even put a bow on that later after the video. I don't know. What do you think?